Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to talk to you about Frank Vogel's top 5 basketball plays. Now, he just became the head coach for the LA Lakers, so I thought this would be a perfect time to create this video. So let's get down to the clipboard. I'm going to show you each one of these basketball plays, and after the end of each play, I'm going to show you the actual real play itself. So let's get down to the clipboard and let's check these out. Okay, so in this first play, we're going to start by having player 1 pass over to player 4. After player 4 gets that ball, he's going to pass over to player 3, and we're going to be having a screen in the low post with player 5. Player 2 is going to use that screen, and then right after he uses that screen, player 2 is going to be popping out towards that far wing. If he's open, obviously hit him up for a shot, and if he's still covered, he should be able to receive that ball out near the perimeter. At this time, what we're going to be doing is having player 4, he is going to be going down and setting a screen for player 3. Player 3 is going to be using that screen, and this could be a skip pass over. However, that's not our number one option. What we're looking to do is now having a second screen with player 4, so that player 3 comes off of that screen either for a 3-point shot, which is what happens in the video you're going to see very soon, or we could have player 4 rolling towards the basket where he could get a layup, or he could draw a help defender where he could just offload the pass over to player 5 for that layup. In this second play, we're going to have player 1 pass over to player 2. Player 2 is going to receive that ball. Player 2, red, is going to be playing him really tight, and player 4 is going to be popping out towards the 3-point line. This is where player 4 gets that ball. Now we're going to have player 1 cutting across the key, acting like he's going to be receiving that pass, and then he cuts away and sets a back screen for player 5. Player 5 is going to use that back screen. He's going to be then popping out towards that low block. We're going to be having player 1 clear out. Player 4 is going to be passing player 5 that ball. And now at this point, we've got everyone clearing out of that side where it's going to be an isolation play for player 5. And I'm going to assume that they're going to be running this play with Anthony Davis and LeBron James this year. Now in this third basketball play, it's a horns play, so if you run the horns offense, you can definitely run this play. It's not exactly very difficult. What we're going to be having is player 4 setting a screen for player 5. Player 5 is going to be using that screen, and we're going to be having player 1 dribble over to this side so he has a better angle for an entry pass to player 5. When he gets that ball, he could take that shot. He's also looking for player 2. If he's got a great cut, he could have a nice entry pass for a layup. Now, if that's covered, if player 2 red is really covering him tight, that's not going to be a great option to run, and we're going to have a pass back out to player 1. Now we're going to be having a sandwich screen with player 5 and 4 going down the middle of the key at the free throw line. Player 2 is going to be popping out, and he better be one of your best 3-point shooters because he's going to receive that ball. His first option is to take that shot. However, we're going to be now having player 5 roll towards the basket and player 4 popping out. When that happens, again, we could have a player 4 who is open for that shot if player 2 is unable to get the ball down low to player 5, or for that shot, this could be a third option. Next, what we're going to have now is, if still there's no shot being put up, we're going to be having player 5 cut back up, set a screen and roll for player 2, and at this point, player 2 is going to use that screen. He's going to take that shot, or he's going to hit up player 5, who is rolling towards the basket. The reason why this last option is going to work really well is because we have all of the defenders and all the players out near the perimeter. So it really opens up that key for player 5. Another option off of that screen and roll is with everyone out near the perimeter, we could have player 2 drive towards the rim himself, in which case we would need player 5 to pop off, which now could leave player 5 open for a 3-point shot, which is what you're going to see in the video coming up right now. Now this is another Horns basketball play. We're going to be having player 5 popping out for a screen for player 2. Player 2 is going to use that screen and player 1 is going to pass him the ball. But really quickly, he's going to release that ball back to player 1. And then what we're going to be having now is player 1 will dribble out towards that left side. We're going to be having player 5 popping out towards the 3-point line. We're going to be having player 2 acting like he's going to be going underneath player 4 as a screen, except as soon as he goes underneath just a bit, he's going to pop back out, which is going to allow player 4 to screen for him. We're now going to be having that option for player 2, for that 3-point shot. However, our number one option that we're going to be running is actually player 5 going back down towards the low post, having player 3 use player 5 as a screen. Everyone thinks this is going to be our number one option. This is kind of a nice backup. Our number one option is actually over here, where we're going to be having player 3 pop out from that 3-point or from that screen for the 3-point shot. And if you've got a really great 3-point shooter like Terrence Ross, or in this case, it could be Anthony Davis or Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, in my mind, isn't exactly the greatest shooter in the world. However, those could be different options that you might see the LA Lakers run this year. Here's the video for this play, and we got one more play coming up. So this is actually a 2-1-2 basketball play. Now player 2 could just start with the ball, or you could have player 1 and 2 do a dribble handoff with the basketball up top. That's a couple of different options how you can start it. However, it's up to you as the coach and depending on what the situation is on the court. But first, what we're going to have is player 1, he's going to be spreading out towards that right side, and we're going to have player 5 pop up towards the point. This is where player 2 is going to pass him the ball. I've actually seen the Toronto Raptors use this play a few times as well with Marc Gasol. So if you've got a really good passing center, this is a great option for your team. Now, if you have player 1 cutting towards the rim at this time, he could be open for that layup. However, that's just a slight option that could happen. Now, after player 1 cuts towards the rim, we're going to have player 2. He is going to be setting a screen for player 3. And player 5 at the same time is going to take 1 to 2 dribbles out towards that left side. We are now going to have player 3 come off of that screen and that dribble handoff. And now player 3 has a couple of different options. He can take that shot. Player 1 is going to be clearing out. And then we're going to be having the option as well for him to drive towards the rim. Now, if he drives towards the rim, that could collapse the defense where he could kick the ball out for a 3-point shot, or he may just have the lane wide open for the layup. So it's totally up to the situation what happens on the court. I hope that these basketball plays help your team win more games. Of course, these are NBA plays, so they could be a little bit more on the advanced side. So try them anyways, see what happens at the high school level. Anyways, I will see you guys again later on today for the second video of the day. And if you would like, go check out some custom basketball practice plans in the link in the description below.